Hey everyone, welcome back to another vinyl review video. Today I'll be looking at Derek Sanders' My Rock and Roll Heart. This is from Mayday Parade's frontman Derek Sanders, and it's his first solo acoustic EP featuring a series of covers released on Valentine's Day. The first thing I want to talk about is the artwork. It is created by graphic designer Kevin Moore from Soft Surrogate, who's actually the same person who designed Mayday Parade's 6th album, Sunnyland. As you can see, there's quite a strong dark colour palette, almost like a continuation of the artwork from Sunnyland, and a little hint of Monsters in the Closet as well. And if you look carefully, it's meant to be like a 35mm slide film. I like the use of this very clear to read bold typeface, Derek Sanders' name being in white with a bit of a grainy texture inside it. The title of the EP is also in a warmer colour palette, which makes it much more in keeping with the rest of the artwork. Even in Derek Sanders' name there appears to be like a cutout of a crow, which is also featured on various other promotional merchandise such as a t-shirt, poster and hoodie. The back cover is almost a complete polar opposite to the front, with a much more brighter background and use of black text, although one great thing is that this is clearly done by someone who's a graphic designer, and as somebody with a design background, I really do like this, the way it's laid out. It's crisp, it's clean, it's easy to read. A very large font used here for the track listing, and I liked the sort of red dividers they got along at the bottom. The one thing I know is a nitpick, but it's a very minor, tiny thing, is the positioning of the barcode in the middle, but I do understand from a selling perspective that you do need it somewhere, but it's unfortunate that it couldn't be anywhere else a bit more discreet. Unfortunately, there isn't anything else inside. There's no inner sleeve in terms of like standard artwork or lyric sheets or booklets or anything like that. What you do get is a black paper sleeve which houses the vinyl record. So again, it's a bit unfortunate that there isn't anything else inside. This is the vinyl itself. It is a 12-inch record in Oxblood swell, and I got this from Banker Records, which is the only UK retailer to have this coloured LP. This is a 5-track series of covers of songs from bands which have inspired Derek to become a musician, as well as influence his songwriting. The first track, But Lauren, is my favourite cover off this EP, as it has the most catchiest choruses and melodies, and is the most sort of Mayday Parade-esque cover out of all the songs. And I love how it's, there's a very sweet sort of like background to the song, where Derek obviously recorded it a few years ago for his wife Lauren on Valentine's Day, and I just like the fact that these little stories are behind these kind of songs, or these covers even. And also I really do appreciate the last 2 lines which are repeated. I think they've done really well, especially the last time he sings But Lauren. It's just wow. The second cover, Rock's Tonic Juice Magic by Saves the Day, is a song that I really dig because of the emotion in Derek's voice when he sings. It's a very good example which showcases all the intricacies and accents that he has, which make him very compelling as a lead singer. It also is a very good example of a track which has a modest amount of like shouty sort of vocals in there as well, sprinkled throughout, which I really like, which appeared more prominently from Black Lines and Sunnyland. The third cover, A Praise Chorus, is a song by Jimmy Eat World, and in this one it features Daniel Lancaster, who's also brother to Jason. Jason being quite a significant person in the early years of Mayday Parade, and it's also a very, influential person in terms of achieving such a great first album called A Lesson in Romantics, which I highly recommend people listen to if you haven't already. And in this one, I think Daniel is a great addition to the song, much like how he is at the end of Jamie All Over from A Lesson in Romantics, as well as the acoustic version on Valdosta. In this song in particular, I feel like their vocals really do complement each other. The fourth cover, Punk Rock Princess by Something Corporate, is probably the more popular cover Derek has done, mainly because he's actually played us live quite a few times in recent tours, so people would know a bit more. But in terms of the song itself, by the original band Something Corporate, I do really like this playing around with the metaphors of love and how addictive it can be in terms of relationships, the way you like somebody, so much so that it kind of becomes like a drug, and I just think that's quite nice, clever songwriting. The last track is August and Bethany by Juliana Theory, and it's kind of basically the piano song of the bunch, and obviously Mayday Parade being really known for their sad ballads, and this is kind of the equivalent of it. And Derek here does a really good job in terms of making it quite a modest song with a bit of piano and his vocals, and that's kind of just it, and it's kind of enough in a way. Obviously in the second half, with the second chorus, there's the introduction of the acoustic guitar, but then right at the end of the song it takes a step back again, and it just goes back to some piano keys, chords or whatever, some notes, and it's just his vocals, and it's sung very softly and very beautifully, and it's just a very pleasant way to end the EP. Overall, I think this is a wonderful collection of covers. It's a great series of songs which have clearly inspired and influenced Derek into becoming the musician and singer-songwriter that he is today. And it's just a nice way to hear him sort of sing versus being in an entire studio sort of record with the rest of the band. So it's great to hear him solo, as well as the fact that, I've been following him on his YouTube channel where he's done covers already acoustically, and it's just nice that this is almost like an expansion of it, and I really do hope he keeps this up and makes this a thing and has another sort of a release in the future. But to be honest, I think it's a great addition to anyone who likes Mayday Parade, as well as the alternative and emo genre. And that does it for my review of Derek Sanders' My Rock and Roll Heart EP. If you guys found this video helpful or enjoyed it in some way, then please feel free to show support by liking this video, commenting and subscribing to my channel, as well as follow me on the various social media that I have, which should be on the screen right now. And hopefully I'll see you guys in the next video.